Hello, everybody, whoever is here. Liam, it's Rotho. What's going on, man? It's Farkle Friday. I did a horrible impersonation of your accent this morning in a class, Rob. I'm very, very sorry. That Colegno pit string attack, it is. Ask my daughter. What was that little fast little pit string that we just heard? It was from the album we're going to be talking about. Is it Pulsar Pursuit or the bunny? Was it the bunny one? Dust bunnies? Might have been this. Hi, Jan. Hello. Let's see. Hold on a second here. This one.
Yeah, that's one of them in here.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that today, Liam. Everybody, whoever wants to. I'm a little bit later than usual. I was going to start at 3 o'clock, but I honestly had no idea what to talk about or do today. And I was like, I know I have a list of things that I want to do, but they're very involved. Like I want to start getting into really breaking into JRPG music and start doing some harmonic breakdowns of it and stuff. But that involves me actually sitting down and starting to transcribe some stuff. Hey, Leon, no, it is on Spotify. It's very interesting. So I'll tell you about it. So today, I was in the mood to just do I haven't done a lot of listening except for grading assignments and stuff. I was like, man, I have not done any listening to any sort of video game music in a while. It's always been, for work and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do JRPGs today. And I was like, but you know what a really cool sector of the industry is that is just growing in leaps and bounds is indie RPGs and notably Western indie RPGs. And I was like, you know what? We need to dive into it and listen to some of these. And we need to, what's going on, Chris? We need to talk a little bit about, what their differences are from the traditional scores, like the World of Warcraft, large MMOs or first-person shooters like Mass Effect. Well, it's really a third-person shooter. And also how the Western indie game composers are approaching it differently than the Eastern Japanese game composers. And I don't know, I would just have listening sessions, maybe expose you guys to some cool music. But first I've got to download or to push up. I've got my, I'm in Studio One today. I might just noodle around with some stuff and dream with some stuff, but I've got to get the most bonkers good reverb. I bought and stumbled into 2 reverbs that are just blowing my brain. And I used them last week. I'm going to use them again this week, which is the R4 and the 2C Breeze. They're just so good, both of them. So without further ado, let's go to the main screen. Woohoo! Wow, there's all that stuff. Look at all that stuff I have. It's so amazing. So ta-da, John, how are you? So let's talk a little bit about indie video game music. Let's think about it a little bit. Okay, here we go. Everybody, chat away if you want. Put down anything that you want to talk about. It's totally cool. Got the chat window here. So let's think a little bit. Indie video game music. Well, there was a thing that happened in the game developers industry about 2012 or so. It probably happened a little bit earlier. Probably happened in 2006, which was the quote Rise of the Indie. Another minute passed. What's up, Lazar? And you can absolutely guess which game was the springboard for the rise of the indie. It has a now household name composer, and it was, in fact, the soundtrack to Journey. Yeah. So what year was this? 2012. So you guys remember this? Right? Yeah, kid. This is one that Uncle Homie fell in love with. He thought it was beautiful, most beautiful game. Yeah. So let's think about what was happening before this. If you think about the kind of music that was happening from the video game industry up until then, you had a couple things. One is you had all the Japanese role-playing game stuff, right? So you had all this kind of stuff happening. The Final Fantasy kind of sound, which is awesome. But, these kind of themes here. This kind of digital orchestra, right? So that was that. Lazar said, what happened to the ABA 888 contest? It's here. I challenged it. I thought it was going to be in 2 weeks. If anybody wants to submit it today, just post a link to a box link or a Google Drive and we can do it. but if you want to, but I have this built in just in case people had not submitted their ABA challenge, which you should have done. I mean, I wrote I checked what I did last week. I wrote like almost a minute's worth of music, or sketched a minute's worth of music, like just in Farkle Friday. So you guys should absolutely do that. So if you think about Japanese game music, it usually was this kind of digital orchestra, or it was kind of a in jazz fusion, kind of blend of rock and orchestra kind of thing. Like this one, I think is the one I'm thinking of. This kind of stuff, right? What is it? Air Combat does this too. The what's the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, this sound right here is that kind of blend of. There was one video game that I was playing. It was called like Air Combat 7 or something. It's like fighter, fighter shoot 'em up game, and it has that kind of sound. Then you had the Western game composers who were like Kevin Reipel, and they were coming in doing stuff like Gears of War, and that was kind of more Halo was in this world, and that was it was westernized because it wasn't a traditional orchestra. It was a lot of like more primitive effects, like Halo used a choir. If you listen to like Gears of War here, like Kevin used a lot of like treated hits and stuff like that. A lot of like kind of synth drones. So there's a lot of like he's going for more of like a synthetic sound, even though he's using the orchestra, but. This is the original Gears of War. A lot of these hits, a lot of these kind of, this kind of sound, synths, that kind of thing. And then in 2006, I thought it was maybe 2012. No, it's like 2006. Austin wrote Journey, and a couple years later, a guy named Darren Korb wrote the score to Bastion. And all of a sudden, the Western indie video game scene just exploded. And there was all these potential games that were just quirky and weird and strange. And all these composers, a lot of them out in LA, who were kind of breaking into the film and television industry, pivoted and started scoring for games. And it was really interesting because they brought a whole new aesthetic, which is funny because now you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, well that's just what indie game scores kind of sound like. And it's like, yeah, well these guys kind of built it a little bit. Journey was 2012. Did it take Austin 6 years to get to Journey? I thought he scored it the year after we graduated, and he and I graduated in 2006. So 2012, right? That's when it was. Cool. Yeah, he was. I don't. Yeah, if you have a family account, yeah, you can try it and see what happens. Yeah, that's why I got a family account, so we can both play at the same time. So, let me. I don't want to jump into Journey because everybody knows Journey. But what I want to play for you are a couple of these ones. I've got a couple scores that we can do some listening to and start to parse out what the oh yeah, I found something to say. He's not fast. He needs to get faster. Let's parse out what's happening in these pieces. So I've got my oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't know. What do I know? Why are you guys? Why are people even listening to me? What the hell do I know? Let me do this here because I know I'm gonna want a sweet reverb. All right, so let me just drop it down. How's my voice and how's the quality? Everything pretty good? All right, let me just open this up. You can expose it. So the first score we're gonna kind of take a look at, and let me just get this. It's like it just. I mean, you literally can just put a preset in this thing. The R4, Rob, the R4, I think it's Exponential Audio's reverb. It's ridiculous. It's like, I mean, it just sounds fantastic, right? No, just Lazar, put it into a Google Drive and then put a Google Drive link in here in the chat window. That'll work fine. Isn't that cool, man? That thing is so ridiculous. Let me get it. Wide classic hall. All right, now I've got my thing here.
Wait.
What? What is it,
Wait,
Kate?
is the Legend of Vox Machina out today?
Yeah.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
I might leave.
Legend of Critical Role's new show just dropped today.
I might be leaving.
So, okay, you don't want to stay and listen and talk about your favorite game?
I want to go watch Legends of Vox Machina.
So let's look at the first of one of these. Oh my god.
Episode 1. Bye. Episode 1's out.
It's been fun. All right then. So Liam, you were asking for what we were listening to. This is an album that got released last year. It's from a game called Spiritfarer. But I want you to listen to the kind of sound. These games tend to have this kind of sound here. Dreamy piano, some beautiful washy ambient synths, and think about why. These guys and girls are coming into a video game. There's not a lot of upfront money. They're not able to really get an orchestra. They're trying to get emotion with as quickly as possible with as few instruments as they have. Many of them don't have really a great big studio, but you'll hear they get this particularly dreamy, beautiful sound. This is called Stella's Departure, and it's I mean, that's almost like a cathedral reverb. Sorry, I'm playing along with it. So a minute of just dreamy piano. Beautiful piece of music. Pretty stuff, right? That's a lot of reverb. I told you, man, this stuff is drenched in verb. Let me also reduce the... I don't need a 9-second tail. Simple diatonic harmonies, okay? Harmonies that are that the notes in the notes in the melody can have multiple chords played under them. So this C, D, E that he's playing can play under an F, can play under an A minor, under a C, can play under a D minor. This is a very common thing that a lot of these kind of more dreamy indie scapes do. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. Like, it's getting into that whole games as art thing, right? It's like, it's you basically are this chirpy, plucky young woman who basically takes over the role of Karen, the Voyager of the Dead, and you find these animals, and the animals are spirits of people, and then you fulfill some mini quests to help them, and then you take them to the bridge between life and death, and they go and they disappear in sparkles, and it's all pretty. And you know, it's a beautiful game. It is, and it's got one of their hooks is every animal has its own unique hug. So when you hug the animal, they do different things. And oh my god, to hear the squeals of my daughter, oh my god, it's just, you know. But notice that this is the kind of aesthetic. Here, I'll play the. I mean, it's not all this. I mean, if you go to like northern, but listen to Northern Waters, right? Dreamy piano, washy ambient synths. This is. Oh, there's an oboe, but it's just like super dreamy. He's still on C the whole time. It's actually really, it's actually a lot of fun to write music like this. Just this. Just letting these chords. I mean, all I'm just doing is just playing like some sort of triad up here and some sort of triad underneath. It just sounds amazing. F, C on top, F on the bottom. And then you can actually go. So you can really have a lot of fun with these very simple ideas. And all I'm doing is basically playing triads in each hand. Actually, Laurie Cavisto's here. I'm doing bitonal 6/4s here, right? You can hear it. F, C, and then 6/4. And then 6/4, the reverse, right? It's an equal interval system trick, which we're going to do one of these. Wow. That reverb is absurd. I can't justify that. It's actually a little brat. I'm not going to EQ it right now. Not everything is like this, but I mean, look, for Snow, this is just. These are very different video game scores than we're used to hearing. They're almost about an experience rather than any sort of gameplay. Now, granted, this is a very specific game. This game is about, you know, living in this world and doing your duties and stuff. I hate to say it. If I were to ever write something like this, I'd probably have to reload Spitfire Albion 1, because Albion 1 probably has this sound for the strings. God damn it. I never want to use Spitfire. Their stuff sounds good, it's so badly programmed. Yeah, man, that's good stuff. There's those omnispheres. Hey, James. Highs here. There's always, you always have to roll off the reverb. You don't want any mud in your stuff. I mean, I guess this makes sense. First snow. It reminds me of Footprints in the Snow from Debussy. That's starting to get close, by the way. I just need to roll off those highs. That's actually really pretty for snowfall. By the way, we're supposed to get 6 inches of snow, and it's starting in the next hour. So we already had 2 inches this morning. Man, I don't want to say this the wrong way. This is the kind of simple, pretty stuff I wrote when I was like 12 years old, and I was just like a total like love struck. I never dated, and I'd be just like, oh, I want to play this for this girl. And I'd be like, she'll love me when she hears those chords. No, they don't love you when they hear those chords. That's all a bald-faced lie. Here, let me just, I don't want all that pedal noise. Jesus, Keyscape. James, right? Keyscape, right? Rob, where's Rotho? I've now come to realize that, I love these dreamy, ridiculous reverbs. They're totally not realistic at all, but I don't care. It's like super Anuna, you know, Enya. So good. And it does this sound really well. Like, actually, I could make it even more if I did this. Let's see. I think this is the one that does it. Yeah, you gotta get Keyscape. That it? Yeah. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's the softest one. There's one that's like designed for that one's pretty good. Might be cinematic. That's the one. Ready? Bury that in reverb. It's almost not fair writing stuff like this. But Farkle, you say? That's just one indie person. You're making a sweeping generalization. Am I now? Am I? Gareth Coker. Yeah, right? So, apparently, when I upgraded to Ozone 9, I got, and I must have clicked the I'll just upgrade to a bundle. Oh, wait, the Relab LX480? Oh, I don't have that. Is it a digital reverb or is it hardware? So I got this R4, the exponential audio, as part of this upgrade bundle. If you upgrade it, I upgraded Ozone from like 8 to 9 or 7 to 8, whatever it was. And this is like just bonkers good. You know, I mean, it just actually, and then I got 2C Breeze, which was on sale. That was a beautiful haul, but actually, you know, I realized I'm actually hearing more of the Breeze, actually. Yeah, but this R4 sounds amazing. Actually, you know what, let me play this for a second. Everybody gets it. No one ever sees, oh, it's the Lex 480. I may have to get that. That sounds amazing. I want to, all presets. Keep an eye out for a cathedral. I want to see if there's a cathedral anywhere. No, I never use Nimbus. I have so many reverbs. I don't mean like, oh, so many reverbs. I'm just like, at some point have to just, you know, Prince Rebus Palace. Let's try this one. That's pretty good. Full mix. Let's see what the tail is. Yeah, here we go. This is going to be something we can play with here. Oh my God, the Ghibli films just went on Netflix. Everybody needs to go. Hold on a sec. I gotta do one thing. This there's a resonance in here I should get rid of. There's one. I don't get as close. Here we go. You can't paste your drive link here. Oh, am I gonna dox myself and give you all my email address? Can't do that. What about a box link? Can you do a box link? We have to watch Spirited Away, definitely. All right, let me. So check out this piece. Ori and the Blind Forest, released in 2015. Gareth Coker worked in Hollywood film and television. Don't worry, Lazar, we'll get you in there a sec. Give me a sec here, and then listen to the main theme. I think this is the main. There was a treated piano, and he uses strings, but there's ambient synths in digital piano. This actually had a real budget for a real orchestra. Simple modal chords. Right? These are not. This is not the kind of stuff that you hear coming out of like Soul Calibur or Tales of Eternia, Tales of Symphonia, that kind of stuff. Yeah, probably. I think he is in Discord. Oh, you know what you can do? Wait, is this being streamed? In the comments, can't try in the stream. In the comments, try putting the link. Maybe I can do that. See what I'm saying? So if I go to my channel right now, yeah, see how this is live? So if I go to my, and you can do comments, right? So I can do that. Try putting it there. I just don't want to give them my personal email address. Sorry, it's not that I don't love you guys, but you know I need to, because then all 450 people are gonna have my personal email address. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to do this. Yeah, Garrett's stuff is really good. But what I want to get at with these indie things is a lot of them have very simple. I mean, we heard that before in the Spirit Fair. These kind of 1/4s, motion by thirds. For those of you who did my webinar, motion by thirds. That literally, look at the chords. D minor, down a third to a B flat, down a third to a G minor, then a fourth to the C, and then it goes back to a D major. What is trippy? You're seeing two of me. All right. It's a good score, man. This is good stuff. Like I've listened to this a couple times, and I haven't listened to the sequel. I've heard it's really good though. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I'll put my keyboard on the thing. All right, hold on, Lazar. You're not gonna get annoying. Hold on a sec. I know what I have to do if I do this. Okay. Wait. All right, let's get the actual score here. Rob, you're gonna make me ditch my favorite keyboard, which is the Keyscape. Hold on a sec. Here's what I'm gonna do. Give me a sec here. Why are there no comments here? All right, hold on a sec. I'm doing two things at once here. I'm doing three things at once. Everyone wants a piece of this. Give me a sec here. I'm gonna get this all set up. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Don't worry, Lazar. I'm gonna take care of you in a sec. Don't worry. I'm gonna hook you guys up. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just okay. Yeah. Listen to how. That's right. Yeah. It really is beautiful. And this is simple Dorian 1 to 5. Minor 1 to major 4. B flat minor. Let's say what's a different chord. This is Ori and the Blind Forest. Oh, sorry, let me scroll this over here. That's gonna make life a lot easier, right, for everybody? Oh, and I can do this. I forgot to do this. Wait, this might mess everything up. Hold on. We're doing listening, so I'm not gonna change it, because I might change this contact window. Child of Light, yeah, the indie from Ubisoft. Catherine and I played that great game. Lydian Force? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They're tucked away. Like, I think they're in the chimes, Jan, right? Like kind of a... I'm in B flat minor. And then when you get those big warm chords, you get this... That little sharp 4, yeah, the Lydian Fourth. Definitely. Because it's super smooth and it won't give you... You have to use a Lydian Fourth if you've got the third down low, so you don't get the minor 9th. This sounds awful. This sounds great. So, minor 9ths. But again, the palette here is basically variations of a theme. A dreamy, pretty piano, some sort of strings or pads, and in this case, he's adding some of these beautiful little chimey kind of things. And the harmonies are like real modal, real basic, right? Modal meaning I'm gonna pick this key, which is B flat Dorian, and I'm only gonna use the chords I can find that key. Right? It's nice. It's really pretty. It's amazing how much emotion you can get out of this. It does. I get stunned by how good the emotion is sound. Like down to the moon grotto. Check this out. Yeah. So an A minor. That was literally just him sitting on A minor. Oh, what are those? Those hang drums. So much emotion with this. I mean, down the moon grotto, doesn't it sound like he's like traveling? This is a side-scrolling platformer, by the way. So can't you see it there? Like he's in some sort of like kind of cavern and there's shafts of moonlight coming down. Like Gareth got the vibe of it, you know? What's subtle? He's doubling the harp with the flute there. Nice, Richard. What's going on, buddy? How are you? Listen to how he doubles the flute with the harp. That's actually pretty clever. I hadn't thought to do that. That's very... Yeah, it is, Jan. It's so simple. Man, there's some real discipline restraint here. I would not. I'd be like, they're gonna be bored by now with this. Oh, as long as I'm doing this, you know, I might as well load. I'm an idiot. I'm saying I have to do Albion, but here we go. Well, I'll check it on YouTube. That's so cool. Oh yeah. Oh man. Richard, Robert Thomas on the chat window has been pounding me to do Inside. He's been raving about it. Rob does a lot of kind of very thoughtful, mysterious music, and he's like, Farkle, you gotta check this thing out. It's bonkers good. Ooh, little force. Where? Fourths, nice, very cool. Yeah, it's real discipline, real restraint. I don't know where these indies kind of started to build this. Yeah, Will of the Wisps. Halo Infinite's gonna be amazing. Enable the comments before I do that. Okay, I'll do that. Because I want to go to Child of Light next, and then I want to. Okay, let me enable the comments so that Lazar can post his thing. How do I enable the comments? Oh, I have to be in the live streaming, I think, and share. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. No. Ah, here we go, stream settings. I don't know if you can see that. Oops. I don't think that's where I do this. Enable, what is DVR? Yeah, Child of Light. Yeah, he just got the Halo nod. I was actually surprised he got it. I would have thought Tom Salt would have gotten it, but you know, the stream can be. I don't want to. I don't know how to set up comments. Why can't I do edit video? Don't want to do that. Chat. Wait, Jan said you can't do comments until it's all done. All right. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Ha 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 ha! I'm very clever. Yeah, we're gonna do Child of Light Day. We're just gonna do a listening session. I'm really tired. I've been up all week. I've been grading stuff. I did the webinar. I did all that stuff. And I don't know if there's anything in here that you guys can't see. New folder, and then Farkle Friday dumpster. And then I can do get a link. Anybody can do something with this link. Let's see if this works. Lazar, dump it in there. See, I can freaking solve this problem. Do an MP3. Don't do a wave. Don't do that to me. Don't be a dick. There. Now everyone's seen my freaking layout of how my thing works. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is good. Clean up the party. So check out Halo Infinite. By the way, no, we're doing indie game thing, dude. Microsoft is not indie. Gareth is really good. Child of Light. So who wants to hear the story about how Child of Light worked? How it was created? That's pretty freaking cool. I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is the one. Child of Light. Yeah, because that's the symbol. See how many good indie scores are there? We're going to listen to Hades because it's a totally different one. Child of Light, here's what. Yeah. 850 megabytes for 8 seconds of music. Child of Light was built by Ubisoft. But here's what Ubisoft does, because Ubisoft is awesome. They said, we're going to have this in-house team that, I don't know if they rotate it through or just people can volunteer to be part of it. And we give you a small budget and you just go experiment and create cool, wild games. Like, yeah, Richard drops some like deep, like Satan metal, right? Christ burned on the cross. So these guys at Ubisoft came up with, oh yeah, that's retro, yeah, that's, but that's funny. That kind of indie, that's like Tangle Deep, like Andrew Versa score or Dungeon Man's. That's like a retro thing. This is like new. You know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong. Hollow Knight's no, Shovel Knight's the retro score. I haven't played Hollow Knight yet. Shovel Knight is the retro score. This is like the new sound of like indie video games, and it's like it's simple, but it's surprisingly effective, and it's somehow telling a lot more of the story, but it's keeping the gameplay aspect going pretty well. And again, this is just the indie thing. When League of Legends and Dota and all that, that's a whole different ballgame. Those things, that's esports. Those things are like, they have to cover their bases and make sure the music really amps the player up. This is really experimental, although very musical. So Child of Light was an in-house team of, let's say, 12 Ubisoft developers that were like given permission by Ubisoft and some resources to be like, yeah, for like 6 months, just prototype some stuff. You know, maybe you get a breakout hit. Who cares? You're honing your craft. And they did this. And this game is, who played Child of Light? Was it Kat? Who played it? I don't know. It starts off with a girl who's lying in a coma and she goes into this magical world and she has to defeat like this evil. I've never finished the game. I think Kate did. I never knew whether at the end, if the girl actually comes back to life or if she dies. Like it's because I never finished it, but that's kind of what's happening as the meta story. The Unfinished Swan's another one that's amazing. Yeah, Kat, do you remember, did she die? Well, no spoilers. No spoilers. Isn't that what it's basically about though? She like goes on like a dark fairy tale journey like Pan's Labyrinth while she's lying in a coma. Here's Aurora's theme. Listen to this. Everything has this very sedate, kind of introspective feel, right? Yeah, no spoiler. I'm sitting here barking my full head off. pianos from my jiu-jitsu place. So, oh sorry. So if you listen, once again, piano and strings. We're in the Metroid key. You know what? That somebody just said something about, I think Coeur de Pirate is a pop artist and not a games composer. This might explain why these chords are what they are, because Darren Korb is a indie songwriter, and I believe Gareth Coker may have cut his teeth there too, because these are pop progressions right there. That's flat 6 to a flat 7. I mean, I wrote stuff like that when I was in, like, you know, my pop rock era, right? It's good stuff, man. But if you listen to these cuts here. Piano. Okay, we kind of got what this is all about. Oh! This is a boss fight. Yeah, Jupiter's lightning. A minor. Oh, yeah, I do so much cool stuff. I'll tell you guys in a sec. Good boss fight. I'll tell you guys in a sec. It's a cool little trick. All right, hold on a second, Lazar. Lazar's so excited. He's like, I'm submitting something. It's working. Let's see. Farkle Friday Dumpster. Did you open up the keyboard? Did you open up the thing and drag it in? Because I'm not seeing it. Farkle Friday Dumpster, I'm not seeing it. So what I'm doing is this. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is, I have grabbed a source. I grabbed the contact keyboard source. So I'm actually putting a screen, because one thing OBS can do is it can make multiple windows. So this is my main screen. My main screen is my camera. There I am gone. There I am back. I've got an audio scene so I can do all my routing. Here's my main display, which is my monitor. And then I grabbed my contact keyboard. And then what I did was I did a filter, and I used the filter to crop what you can see. So the keyboard, it's just this, but I've cropped it to just be the keyboard. That's why I had to tweak it a little bit, you know? So, so there. And I'm just putting this down over here because I don't care. But I believe this helps people when they see the keyboard. It's a little bigger, right? I think when this happens. So yes, that's what that is basically. How's that for cool, huh? Isn't that neat? See, when you learn OBS, it's so powerful, dude. Brad and I were doing a dual YouTube stream using OBS, and both of us had our cameras. Both of us could stream audio into the stream, and I think we could even collaborate. It was pretty. It took us about an hour to set up. It was like just in terms of fumbling through it, but it's really powerful. So let me go back down to the bottom there. Yeah, this is cool stuff. Yeah, this is a nice little. Lazar, I'm not seeing it, man. You got to try to resend it. If not, we'll do it next week. It's not the end of the world. But look, man, I'm not seeing any files here. This is more booze. That's a nice little fight scene. You can tell that's all exampled, and you can also tell that the composer is kind of more of a traditional rock pop person, that because it's not quite as nuanced as maybe somebody who's trained in orchestration, but it's good stuff. But there's an energy to it that I like, and I don't. Yeah, oh yeah, baby, it's Farkle Friday, man. Dude, Rob, I was telling the gang, I'm so fried, like in a good way. I'm just like, I was thinking about like trying to do a theory Farkle Friday, which I'm gonna do actually. Actually, I've written down the stuff that I'm gonna do, and one of the ones I promised I was gonna do, and I'm gonna do it probably in like mid-February, is I'm gonna do an EIS primer where you guys kind of get a free EIS lesson. Rob, you want to come to that one? That's where I'm gonna dig into like how EIS does voice leading, and it's basically gonna be like an early lesson from like book 2. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, I'm totally fried. I just want to listen to some music, but I didn't want to do a JRPG yet because I want to start transcribing some of that stuff first. Oh, nice. Did you really, Robert? The big Negroni? Yes. So you're feeling pretty. Well, you're all done, right? You're all caught up with all of your. You had some things going on where you weren't able to drink for a while, so now you're all set. You can drink again. Let me jump in. Child of Light is worth checking out, guys and girls. If you're on Xbox or PS, go onto the PlayStation Network. You can buy it. It's really. Mix is really good. Good battle music. So by the way, he's basically doing this down low. Those strings are going. It's basically that, and it goes. Like that's basically all he's doing. It's just this kind of A minor to E minor 1 to 5 kind of thing. It's not bad. It works really well. I like the busy strings. Speaking of busy strings, let's see how this. I downloaded the I bought the Century during 8DOs. We're giving everything away. I downloaded the Century Light. Ooh, a little loud. Excuse me. So sorry. That was inappropriately loud. Ooh. Sounds good. Sounds really good, actually. Yeah, it is. That's going to be layered with something. Yeah, but it's only 8 violins, so it's this is a chamber-sized orchestra, so it's got a nice tight sound in terms of it's not like huge. Yeah, that's probably what Jelly does in Jelly Crackers. Yeah, I want last scoring strings at 127 velocity. I had a student that I was talking to his mini mock-up, And I'm like, man, I think you're riding the MIDI data, the CC velocity or the MIDI velocity a little hot. These whatever instrument was, just come barking through pretty quick. Go check your CC data and reduce it by like 10%. He opens it up and he goes like this. He goes, they're all at 127. I was like, dude, you better just pull that shit down, man. I have one volume, all the volume. It's like, all right, dude, just settle down and give us a little 45, 50 CC data, okay? That'll be good stuff. Here, let's go. Here are the ones that I want us to listen to. Okay, so check this out. Ori and the Blind Forest, amazing. We skipped into Child of Light, which is good. Let's do a little more Ori and the Blind Forest at some point. But I want to do this one because Raffo, this guy Darren Korb, man, like he keeps on reinventing himself, and so up till now we've been talking about all these like dreamy, right, this kind of stuff. Then you get this guy where I think he called this Mediterranean prog metal. Like it's so no, you're not stupid. Lazar, you're not stupid. Listen to this thing. So this is a roguelike non-permadeath. It's really cool, and I want to play it. I've seen some gameplay. It looks amazing. And I've played Bastion, and I played Transistor. Transistor was okay. Transistor was weird. They went for an interesting mechanic where the sword had a voice and the sword had a personality, which is kind of cool, like D&D with the whole... But listen to this thing. Way different than the stuff we've been hearing. It's a... Oh, Pyre, that's the one they did. Thanks for reminding me, my stupid face. Yeah. I really like this track, though. He's using a lot of really strange chords. Yeah. There's some really wild... Yeah, Mediterranean prog metal is what he called it. What's up, right, Evil? And well produced too, right? I like this a lot, man. It's good stuff. That's kind of, is that a Jethro Tull kind of moment? That major minor is super groovy. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a bit of that Phrygian rock, maybe a bit of just leading tones. So, you know what this reminds me of? And I'm going to totally play my nerd card hard here, okay? Hard. Everyone's like, oh yeah, Farkle, you're a big prog guy. I'm like, yeah, man, everyone knows like Rush and Genesis are my two favorite bands. You know what this reminds you of? Some of the shit that Ayreon does. If you've ever, Rotho's going to know what I'm talking about. Ayreon, Ayreon. You want to talk about like some serious prog, like this kind of wacky shit? Like he does that kind of stuff and you're like, it's... Those who know, I bet you Richard Campbell knows who Ayreon is too. If you don't, it's worth checking out. Into the Electric Castle is bonkers cool. It's like, and it's legit music. It's not like he's just being weird for the sake of being weird. It's like, he writes these concept albums that are just like wild. Like Into the Electric Castle is like 7 people from across time and the universe come together into this castle. And they have to solve the puzzle. One of them is like a stoner from the 60s. One of them is a Roman centurion. One of them is a Viking barbarian. One of them is a priestess of like Greece. Yeah, right. One of them is like an inventor. It's like, and they're all together and they're all singing. It's kind of like a rock opera. But this kind of stuff. Yeah, but you know who I'm talking about. His shit is bonkers. So one thing, by the way, that's kind of cool, and we haven't talked about this. That we should talk about this. 'Cause it's kind of fun. Is this idea of this half step leading tone? And a leading tone, don't think about it like classical theory, where it's like leading tone is the seventh, and all leading tone is a note that wants to go somewhere else to a half step. So if I do this, if I go that wants to go down. That's all a leading tone is. It's like it wants to go somewhere, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, good, Jan. I love. Here's the best. The music Jan played for me a couple of months ago is this absolutely beautiful, serene, celestial, spiritual hymn that he wrote. It's a sacred hymn. It's a Christian hymn that he wrote for Christmas. Beautiful. It's got harp. It's got choir. Very beautiful, smooth voice leading. Very pleasing chords. And then he listens to Arion, which is just like bonkers prog. Good job, Jan. You're my kind of nerd. That's the same with me. I'm like, oh, I can listen to Whitaker all day and Arion. But if you look here, Rotha, to make you maybe do the keyboards. Let's actually use the keyboard. The half step motion is one of those powerful things you can do in music, right? That's beautiful, right? There's so much tension to it. So if you listen, one of the things that he was doing was he was going from major to minor, or minor to major. So he's playing C minor, dun, 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 right? That kind of thing. All you theory nerds be like, it's parallel. It's not about that. It's about the fact that there's this massive half step motion which completely recontextualizes you from minor to major. Okay. For example, if I do a half step here, that's important, but that's actually changing the tension. But here, it's still minor. This is still minor. This is still minor. This is still minor. This is still minor. But this, I don't know. I actually get a little thump in my heart when that happens. It's like, holy shit, we've gone to major, right? Conversely, you can do the same. Boston does the same thing. They did something where they went to this is not the you know the 4-play long time thing. You know that big old organ solo they used to know how to play and I can't play anymore. He ends the section with a big major triad, and then he brings everything back down and he goes. He changes it to minor, and that half step at the point of the third is super powerful. The way I love to use the half step, because I've heard it 1,000 times because Goldsmith does it, and I've heard it because they do it in Star Trek, is using the half step of the flat 6 leading tone, which wants to go to the 5th. So you get this. Here's my C, and whenever you do this, right? How many times we heard this in Star Trek, right? You can see it on the keyboard what I'm doing. I'm just doing this. That 5th right there is getting half stepped, and there's some ways you can handle it. There are ways you can have the 5th down below, and there are ways you can do the half step above. You can't voice it into. You can't go. It's really rough, but if you've established a pedal point, if you go on, and now I'm sitting on this, and then. You can get away with it there. It's a really cool sci-fi sound. You gotta treat it carefully because you're threatening the minor ninth. Everything I do now that I'm doing jujitsu is like being colored by that lingo. Like in jujitsu, you don't advance your position. You like threaten a position. You're like, I'm threatening the rear naked choke. And I was like, oh. So now they do it with music. I'm like, you're threatening the minor ninth when you do this. Oh man, I had my first injury to another dude when I rolled with him a couple days ago. And it was a total accident, and it wasn't even my fault, but I was the dude rolling with him. Felt so bad. It wasn't a bad injury, but like he probably strained a couple of ligaments in his foot. Like if this is your foot and these are your toes, right on that inside where you would soccer kick a ball, he probably like strained some ligaments. It was bad. It wasn't bad. It just sounded worse than it was. We were doing something. We were doing a drill, and I was going. I'm really protective when I roll. I don't like roll like I'm gonna tear your arm off. I'm like, dude, because I'm 48. And something happened where he got to his hands and knees. And when you do that, the guy on top takes the back, which means you basically backpack him, you know, but he's on his hands and knees, so I'm on top of him, right? And I started to go to the side, which is what you're supposed to do to keep you safe. And he reared back. And as he reared back, I kind of fell back with him, but his feet were still on the ground. So as he reared back, he like kind of hyperextended his foot a little bit. Cause you can imagine, it's like, imagine you're kneeling, right? And then you fall back, your feet are gonna, and I felt through the ground, his left foot go, like that little, and I was like, oh, and I like dropped everything. And he was like, and he gave a yelp, and I was like, oh, fortunately this guy's a rugby player, so he's like super tough. But he was super nice. He's like, no, it wasn't your fault. He goes, I should have just stayed low. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, man, but you know. Anyways, I don't know why I'm all over the place. So there's Farkle breaking people left and right. So check out, I think it's Out of Tartarus. So now this guy's got this vocabulary. This is why I like Darren Korb, because when people think about indie game scores, like everybody's gone to the Rapture and even Ori and the Blind Forest, which I know it has a huge budget, and Ori Will the Wisp is technically not an indie video game score anymore because it's like being funded, but it's an indie game score. It's a side-scrolling platformer. It's all about the aesthetic, and they're not plugging in a bunch of algorithms to make the game just sell. Like, you know, I was talking to somebody today. Oh, it was Chris, where I did a lesson with him, and I was talking about mobile games, and I'm like, yeah, they have a formula, and they plug it in, and you do this, and the game makes $100,000 a week, and that's that. Nothing wrong with it. It's like a McDonald's. It's like, if I do this and I do this and I do this, I will bring in X $1,000 a day. No problem. No, Lazar, all you do is double click the Google Drive link, right? And it should open up like a web page in Chrome, right? Just take your audio file, left click and hold it and drag it onto it. It's just do it. Poor Lazar. I'm sorry, buddy. I wish we could help you with this. I need to get a dummy email that I could just pass out for this, for like, you know, like a farklesubmit@gmail.com. Maybe I'll do that. So now, but here's the thing, like this guy's really breaking the mold, man. Like this is why Darren Korb is freaking cool, because he's like, I'm going out of my way to do some wild bunker shit that's like not normal. Check this one out, the Out of Tartarus. So this is a video game score. Yeah, this is the one. It's like a pseudo-Greek thing, and you're right, Rob, because probably the Phrygian thing. Oh wait, this is the one with the additive rhythms. Hold on a second. Definitely, right? Well, same composer, right? Definitely. 3, 4, 5. He might have. You know what this reminds you of? Kind of like, remember how in StarCraft when you were the Terrans and the human, and you'd be doing your exploration, and the music was like, kind of like a Southwest, like minor rock, you know? Okay, thanks, Jacob. Hold on a second here. Why won't you upload? Hold on, let me do settings here. Oh, got it. Sorry. Go for it, everyone try it now. I just made everyone an editor, that's what it was. All right, give me a sec here. Sorry, Lazard, that was on me. No, you're not stupid, I'm stupid. This is some good shit, man. Right, Jacob? Like you should, but you hear what I'm saying, right? Like that kind of like, I'm calling it like minor rock. Not minor, it's not minor, it's like minor like pickaxe, you know? And dude, this guy's definitely done his due diligence. The techniques he's using the slide are definitely influenced by oud playing and by like Greek indigenous music. Am I using indigenous right? Oh wait. Yeah, Richard, go listen to Hades and get the game when you're done. You'll love this stuff. Get that 5/8 and make it awesome. Make it freaking awesome. Own it. Nice, yeah. Way to catch that Galaxy reference. Good call, brother. There's that half step. Did you hear that? Dun 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 dun. Did you hear that? Yeah, there's a little fridging going on there. There's the major, the minor major. Studio Dog is here. Come here, buddy. Yeah. Because they're coming off of a Yeah, man, that's good. Some good stuff there. That's how fun. That's up studio. I got both studio dogs here, man. They're both hanging out. They want to see what all the fuss is about. Yeah, you're right, Jan. The prog metal, like, if you got that pedal down below, les studio chiens de studio. Mom's taking them out to an outdoor play. We're getting 4 to 7 inches of snow tonight. And we've already got 2 inches. We're going to get an additional 4 to 7. But yeah, I think Rotho's right. I think that half step motion is also implying the Phrygian, which is a highly Mediterranean scale, right? Right? Everyone thinks, oh, it's the Arabian sound. I'm like, yeah, but it's also in the Mediterranean. Like, that's definitely showing up in a lot of Mediterranean music, here and there. But man, first of all, that's a 5-minute loop for the exploration loop. Like, I'm writing like 90-second loops, and this dude's writing a 5-minute suite of music that's looping that also grows and develops. So, good on you, Darren. Like I couldn't do that shit. It's it's some good stuff here. All right, so let me listen to one more of these. Then we're gonna do the challenge because poor Lazar has had a mini heart attack from just posting this one track. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, no. This is good. I mean, all these albums are good, but this is the one I want to hear. Check this one out. This is the girl who did the Bastion song that we love. Ashley Barrett, yeah. Don't worry, the yeah, it's really good. Hey, Anvil, we're doing Farkle Friday next week also, so bring your challenge then. I'm trying to get into a spirit of like doing this as many times as I can, and we'll see. It'll always be at least once every other week, but it might be every week. Who knows? There's the fast step. Nice. She's got a nice voice. Nice voice. What did I miss? Oh no, Hollow Knight. Yeah. Ending on the 3rd, huh? That's kind of cool. What a pretty piece. Again, I would have growing up in Final Fantasy 7 and 8 and playing Baldur's Gate and playing. I mean, I was actually playing Shard of Spring and 2049 AD, which Rotho remembers. Have a great night, Rotho. Take care, brother. To hear this stuff and be like, this is video game music. It's like so artistic and so emotional and so unique. James, I got bullied last week with like 10 minutes left and I had like 3 bourbons. So I had no willpower. And everyone was like, we need to do a Farkle Friday challenge. And I was like, fine, do a challenge. And then I made one up on the spot. So you have to just watch my Farkle Friday. The challenge for next week, because it's the same as last week, is to write an ABA 24-bar thing that expresses a mood. So 8 bars, 8 bars, 8 bars, ABA, ABA prime, meaning like whatever, when you come back to the A, you can add stuff, you can change stuff from it, you add a choir, maybe you have a drum pattern, whatever. But it has to express a mood. You have to be like, this expresses anger, this expresses a fight to the death, this expresses resolute resolve or something like that. So, that was it. I don't even remember saying that really because I was like kind of tired and definitely a little tipsy, but that's okay. Because for some reason I've had like 3 bourbons now and I'm not tipsy. I don't know why, because I was probably, I think I slept the day before. I slept till 10:30 in the morning, which I don't usually do. And it wasn't because I was out till 2 in the morning boozing. It's like something was happening. And it wasn't COVID because I had COVID 3 weeks ago. So who knows? Anyways, I'm just making stuff up. Oh yeah, the Hans Zimmer rant. That's going to happen at some point. So here are some of the Farkle Fridays that I've been listing. Equal Interval System Farkle Friday, a Goldsmith one, which I need to prep for that one because I want to have like stuff ready to go. TV scores, right? So that's going to be a couple. We're going to do Hercules, The Next Generation, maybe some Bear McCreary stuff because he's really good. Fantasy music, and then composing JRPG music, composing anime music. That's going to be like, and then of course you get to watch me write stuff, which is always fun. But before we do this, Lazar, are you ready for the Farkle Challenge? You have written Remembrances. Is that your final mood? Is it your final answer? Let's check this thing out here. Okay. I'm a horrible piano player. Oh, interesting. You have the beef. Wait, sorry. You'd be natural, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just going through this, trying to get a feel for it. And then a double here. That's pretty. All right, I'm gonna listen to it because I'm following my way through it, but I can figure it out. Here we go. Ready? Oh, it was, sorry. Is that what it is? Oh, the dog's losing their shit. Oh, I see. Sorry. I got confused because that's C flat. Got it. That's the sort. Yeah, I can see you've got your patterns. You're reincorporating patterns. This is good. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lazar, what it is, it's not your fault, it's the fault of the dump. It was dumping all sorts of strange voicings. Like, that shouldn't have been a C flat against a D. That threw me, and I kind of think it was a C, like I was fighting my own. Yeah, and I was like, and I'm not a great sight reader. I'm actually a better ear transcriber. First of all, sir, well done. You wrote 24 bars of music that actually makes sense, has some really good musical emotion, has some really nice moments in there. Well done, sir. That is not something that just to scoff at. It's got form, it's got organization, it's got some drama, it's got some really interesting progressions. So it's cool stuff. I'm gonna jump in and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna Farkle Friday challenge it a little bit. Lazar's gonna say I'm gonna catch up here. For fantasy music, I recommend World of Warcraft. Yeah, man. I gotta get Jason on there. Jason orchestrated some of World of Warcraft. My buddy Jason Boss. Jacob, yeah, this making me remember composition class. Oh my god, yeah, the for the challenge, you want the score in the mock-up? Sure, whatever you want. Just the score, just the mock-up. Yeah, go for it. And then my stupid face is we're still looking for a Hisashi webinar on Farkle Friday. Here's the problem. I did a Hisashi webinar and it got pulled because all the stuff that I played from YouTube got slammed down by Studio Ghibli. So if I do a Hisashi webinar, I have to not play a single bit of music from any scores of Joe Hisashi. You know? I have to literally just be like, okay, this is what he's playing in, Princess Mononoke, and this is what he's playing in Spirited Away, but we can't hear it. So, which is such a shame because I really love Hisashi, and that was a good webinar. I still have it. I don't think I deleted it. I think I still have it pulled. But yeah, YouTube just banned it. They're like, yeah, you got a number of complaints. Breaking the law. All right, let's break this thing down here. Let's talk about this here a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's say you have okay, so let's maybe I have a Rumble account. Do I have a Rumble account? I am not going to get political. However, in the last time, I believe I've gotten a Rumble account and a Getter account and some other account. And it's not because I have any horse in any race. It's just because I'm covering all my bases. So I have I could do it as a TSC webinar, yeah, because it's private. I can totally do that. So for all of you who aren't ThinkSpace students, this is what you miss out by not being in the program. You miss out Farkle breaking down Joe Hisashi. All that stuff, all that shit you know you want to do. Duke is back. All right, let's take a look at this thing here. So Lazar, first thing is this. These 3 bars here really are 4 bars. That's your idea. And then A flat. Oh, jeez. That's a 2-bar idea there, and you've got it, or a 4-bar idea, and you've got it in 2 bars. So I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2, 3. I would do that. I'm just changing your rhythms. That feels really satisfying. And then look, then you got this beautiful. It's the half-step motion from the E to a F minor with a right. That's really satisfying. Why is that not working? No, it works. So ready, Lazar? You asked for it. Here we go. I like to have little bits of internal motion, and I like for things to be consonant. You see, I've got this B here in bar 4. I would make that an A when this is an F, and have it move up to the B when this goes to the E. Right? I'm just trying to create like a little organized 2-bar, 4-bar thing. You know what I mean? So check it out. Hearing this, instead of going and you can see it, instead of going, I'm gonna go. So you get this, right? That's this bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. See what I'm doing there? Isn't that nice? So sorry, this bar right here. Wait, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the bar back. Yeah. And then so. That's nice, those little motions. And then what do you get here? F flat, really, oh God, your notation software is spitting out shit. You don't want to stay on the B there. You want to move the B down to an A where it hits that C, or else you get a minor 9th. So now you get this. That's much nicer, isn't it? Sorry. The best part is I don't have to repeat this because it's on YouTube. You can go back and watch it again and again. So look what I've already done. I've already cleaned up this first bit. It's all the ideas are great. We're just cleaning it up. No, I don't have COVID. I just got a little dry throat. And then what do you got for this thing here? This is wistful. E flat is F sharp. Yeah, that's nice. C flat. Jacob, you're right, man. It's like this thing is a hot mess. It's not you, Lazar. It's the freaking notation software. So you have an E and an F flat. Is that what it is? Oh Jesus! Hold on, I gotta listen to this now. Your notation software is killing. You can hear that B against the C there. So now this is an 8-bar phrase because I made this 4 bars instead of 3. here, when this note moves, this is nice. You're doing a 2-bar phrase, 2-bar phrase, 2-bar phrase, 2-bar phrase. Not quite a 2-bar. Let me see. I want to listen. You knew this. I would put a chord here under this F, heading downwards in the left hand to connect to the C. It's a little bit of a big jump. See what I did, Lazar? When you play that F sharp, that should be an F sharp, right? Let me hear if it is. Oh, it's an F. It's an F natural. Yeah, right, James? So good. Okay, you're doing an F natural? Yeah, that's why you gotta move. You have an E there, and the E against the F is giving you a minor. I played a D sus4 underneath that. You can see it, right? So it's like D, G, A, F to C. That's a nice bridging chord. And it's just helping to smooth that thing down. And then you've got this D flat F B. This might be what the notation software is spitting out. That's just absolute garbage. Oh, I forgot the B flat there. What's the B flat? Yeah. Got it. Over here, I have this A. Quickly go half step A and then a G to A to get this little motion. Right, just a little motion. Now remember, I forgot there's a B flat in this key signature. That's nice. Dude, don't double the B flat there, up this high B flat here. Make that a D. Get those little neighbor notes, they're so sexy. That kind of thing. And then you know, go to this. I'm just taking that top note, and I'm making that a D, and then I'm also making this a D here, and it's resolving down. It's good stuff, man. And then, I don't know, you could kind of... G flat? It's a G flat, I guess, yeah. You don't want a G flat there, because you got a G natural playing above it. It's gonna give you... Oh, that's a conversation for another time, Lazar, but I'll give you the quick and short and dirty answer, which is doubling can give you more depth, but unless you're going for, if you're doubling and you're not building a complete chord, which you're not right there, then one of two things has to happen. Either A, what you're doubling, you want it to be the most important thing. So if I'm like, and I have no other notes, I'm doubling that because I want it to be really important. Or you're going for that sound of fourths and fifths. But you're moving in and out of thirds and you're moving in and out of chords. And I was like, well, you know, don't like don't eliminate those beautiful motions right there. And at the end of the day, I like to have my sketch, because this is a piano sketch. I mean, you could break this out into a lovely little this would be a lovely little string ensemble piece. Would work really well with flute and French horn popping back and forth and strings underneath. But you want there to be reinforcement of the melody tones with as many harmonic tones as possible. I think. I don't like, this kind of sound. Sorry. Like these kind of open, like. Well, that works too, darn it. Like if you look, for example, this bar here, you got the fifth, the A, which is the fifth, the D, which is the root. So you kind of got a stacked fifth kind of thing, and then there's really no third here. You got the G and the A. So the A is now doubling twice. The B flat, you got the seventh. But there's really no third, so the chord's kind of like open. And you can go for that at the sound if you want. I'm just telling you, I like to do the full. I like all my appropriate chord tones to be represented. I don't like this kind of sound. Yeah, it's tough. This is kind of in the realm of the personal opinion and also EIS stuff. And there's a time and place for it. Maybe you're doing thirds in two flutes, and you've got a bass here. But you want at that point in the score to be like, I only want to hear three notes. I just want to hear, the cellos and two flutes. Because for whatever reason you want to have it happen that way. But when you're writing music, to like skip one of the chord tones, to be like, I'm gonna skip the third and only have the fifth and the seventh and like the 11th. It just feels a little hollow. That feels a little more right, And this feels really right. So that's me. It's all right. Hey, this isn't a Farkle roast. This is like just a Farkle challenge, As a matter of fact, we need to stop in just a second, do a little bit more Hollow Night, and then we're gonna call it. That's a nice moment. Keep that. Right, last piece of advice is the I like them thick. Right here, Lazar, you had this great idea. Take this rhythmic idea and these little shape and say it again. So watch here. You got this nice little minor third motion, which I really like. So you got this going. And then you repeat it. Yes, you should repeat it. So ready? So here it is. Look what I did. I did the same thing. Bum, da da da, bum, da da da. I took the exact same idea you had, but the second part of that idea, I went to the third of the chord instead of the root. Isn't that nice? Jacob, you hit the nail on the head. This is a Spud 101. Because Spud was always writing with too few instruments for too much stuff, and he was like, I am not doubling a note unless all my harmonic notes are covered. If I have 3 trumpets and an acoustic and electric bass, I am doing root, third, fifth, seventh, right? Or root third or root 5, 7, 9, whatever. Like he's like, I'm not like getting those things. You want harmonic thickness. So anyways, you saw what I did there with the That's pretty cool, right? That's the last piece of advice I give you on that. It's good stuff, though. And I'll tell you why. There's a lot of emotion behind this because, for example, this one, we talk about remembrances. Listen to how this is like, who's ever had that love of their life that they almost thought were the right one, and there's a bittersweet. And when you hear this, it's kind of that moment of like, oh, he or she was so sweet until they did that. Here she was so sweet until they said that. And it's like a little a little bit of the bittersweet. You know what I mean? So good stuff, Lazar. We may have to do this once in a while, just a little Farkle like challenge. You know, like do as much or as little as you want. You do a piano sketch like what Lazar did. You can do a full mock-up. Doesn't matter. Listen, I'll have to get Bradley. I'll have to get Brad Fry back. I actually pinged him yesterday. I was like, dude, we haven't talked in 6 months. What's going on? We need to get back together and hang out. Cause he and I he and I are good friends, and we've just been busy, man. You think with COVID, oh, it's it's nothing going on. I'm like, no, if you're in like technology and music, there's actually a lot going on, and you're working pretty hard. Let's finish up with. I like the idea we put a half step down. Yeah, play with it. Just look, this was just some advice and some ideas. Dude, you wrote 24 bars of music. You won. You did it. So Anvil, get it for next week. Let's listen to Hollow Knight, because Hollow Knight's banger. And then we're going to call it because Sarah made homemade spaghetti sauce from scratch. She actually pulped the tomatoes herself, and it's been cooking for like 6 hours on the stove. So yeah, I'm out of here. Oh, look, a piano. We start with piano. Da, 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 da. 1 to flat 7 to flat 6. This is not. That's why I'm saying it's a new sound, but it's derived from the background of these new indie composers. Yeah, just do it. Just do all like Aaron Copland fourths and fifths. Just do that kind of stuff. I've done that. I've written pieces for fourths and fifths. It's great. There's a section of that Star Trek cue that I wrote that has that. It's Aaron Copland. But man, this is not hard shit to write. Like these guys are all writing 1 to flat 6 to flat 7 to flat to 1. It's A minor to F. Like that. It's just there. Nice the space in the string parts. It's not just going jen, 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 jen. It's going jen, 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 jen. There's a Danny Elfman vibe to this, right, Jan? Who knows Danny Elfman? James does. There's that half step, man. Why is that showing up so much? Really, lean but effective scoring. That's a complete lift from Chrono Trigger. That da 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 da. I was just listening to that about 3 hours ago. It's not a lift in terms of like it's his own thing, Christopher Largis, but he's clearly grabbed that idea. There's that harmony is in here. I'll play it for you. You guys can check it out. We'll get back. There's nothing bad about that. We look, everyone who's on here knows that I lift like a boss when I do stuff. So just listen to them. You heard that, so there we go. They got that. Let's go to Chrono Trigger. And this, by the way, is starting to tie into something. I was talking to somebody about like diving deep into anime and JRPG scores because I'm trying to get that vocabulary. I have the vocabulary. I just need to know when and how to use it. Like in terms of when I play it, oh yeah, that's that chord or whatever. But hey Peter, what's going on? But this is one thing that I'm starting to see is there's this half step thing that happens in Japanese music. It's a big thing. Hold on here. No, it's this one. And then that's in the same world. That's absolutely in the same world. It's totally fine. Who cares? No, Lazar, I've not listened to Love Suite. I'm gonna listen to that tonight. I still have to grade 2 assignments for Think Space. I'm so freaking busy. And yet I'm spending 2 hours drinking with you guys. I can't be that busy. Oh. Let me start this up again. It's actually really pretty. Yeah, Jacob. I'm not saying it's not. It's much more subtle, and it's a slightly different. Wow, this is really haunting. The harp is strumming. The harp is picking with the strings to give it some attack. He's doing something that I love to do, but he's making it the essence of the cue, which is really good. If you look, and this talks into orchestral voicing for all you Think Spatials when I talk about spreads. Root, 5th, 10th. That's how you get those big sounds. Jerry Goldsmith, Ellen Silvestri. Here, I'll do it here because I can actually reach it. Let's get that big sound. But if you take that 3rd, you drop it so it's the 2nd or the 9th. Well, this is really the 2nd because there's no 7th. You get stacked 5ths. And it's super open and it's got this feel for it. And Joe Hisashi uses it. So you can just kind of. Great sound. He's using it all through this. If you I can hear it. Look, it's in there. Nice percussion too. All right, let's end on a high note. Let's get some seriously badass fight music here. Oh, what is this? I was not prepared for this. This is old school. This is old school Japanese video game fight music, like Castlevania kind of stuff. Yeah, James, right? This is like the Castlevania shit, right? but it's also that tight little ensemble sound. There's not a lot of strings there. It's probably only like 6 violins. That's a great cue, man. Wow, I was not expecting that. You know, like oh my God, I'm too. My piano hands are too rusty and old. Boy, that's a good sound. But I was impressed with this. Christopher Larkin, man, good job. And now I gotta look at Wastelander Panda. Yeah, everybody always has that those early cues that those early scores they did that were like pretty bad. Like but the music was still good. You know, my favorite is Brian Tyler, who I really like. And everyone's like, oh, he does the big bombastic over the top Hollywood scores. I'm like, yeah, the dude is right now in like the middle of like just huge production, kind of like larger than life, bangs, hits, trailer sound. But he's a really gifted composer and he works really hard and he plays like 7 instruments because basically when he started, he'd be like, I want this sound in this film score and I have no budget, so I'm just gonna learn how to play the instruments. He's like a legit metal drummer. He's an okay piano player. He's like a legit guitar player. He can actually play the cello, like, and he did something 6-String Samurai. And it's just this bizarre indie film that's so cool and so weird. And he just writes this fantastic score. And I always point that when people are like, oh, Brian Tyler, he's just one of those big Hans Zimmer knockoffs. I'm like, no, man, he just knew he wanted to be rich and he just basically like played the game in Hollywood. Like when he's doing his indie shit, like he's really good. And his score to Frailty was really good. And his score to Children of Doom was really good. Yeah, Peter, I think that's what it is. Like that's what I'm saying. He's like a brand now, you know, like he's got a DJ moniker and stuff like that. So real fast, Lazar said, I think it's Coleño strings. Well, Coleño is when you hit the string with your the wood, so you get this that kind of like you get that. It's the sound in Indiana Jones where the spiders are crawling up in the very beginning, and you get that. That's Coleño. I think also. You can hit it hard, and that's the sound in Alien with the whole kind of thing. Did I ever hear The Last Run by Jerry Goldsmith? No, it's the most unique orchestration. The Last Run. I will go check it out because I love good Jerry stuff. Well, so Anvil, I'm not saying I know everything about Brian Tyler. I'm not saying even that whole thing about him just kind of wanting to make money is just my opinion. So that I don't know. Oh, it's Snap Pits. That's what it thinks. That's what it says. It's the Bartok Pits. That's what it is. Yeah, but what I will say is this: the man absolutely can write and play. It's a question of, you know, what projects he's working on and what the director wants to do and his own, you know, his own preference. And my jiu-jitsu coach is a guy named Dave. He's really, really for a quote young guy. I'm 48. He's 35. So he's young to me, but he's got a lot of wisdom. And he has a couple of things where he always says, he's like, but what do I know? You know, like he's like, I have my observations, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because Brian Tyler's not going to like knock on my door and be like, heard you talking shit about me on your YouTube channel with 500 people. Like, I'm not talking shit about you. I actually think he's a really good musician. I think he's a really good composer. Yeah. And he is a good gifted conductor. I will stand by his indie scores. I love Children of Dune. I love Frailty. I love 6-String Samurai. There's one other that I love that I can't think of that I like a lot. It's good stuff. Yeah, Snap Pits of the Echoplex. That is Goldsmith goodness right there. Regarding harmony and roots, Open Studio has a great video called Instant Reharm where they show some harmonic tricks. You can lose the root and still have it implied. Yeah. There's lots of things you can do. EIS has an entire chapter that I use called the Bible. We all have our tricks to do that. James, have a great night, man. We're actually wrapping up in about 5 minutes. I've been out since 3:30. It's been 2 hours. I gotta go. James, have a great weekend, brother. I'll see you. Right now, I got Farkle Friday next week too as well. It should be at 3 p.m., not 3:20, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. Okay. I get off tomorrow. I don't have to coach tomorrow because it's a snow day. Yay. I love coaching. Oh, no, tomorrow I don't have to coach. Tomorrow's Saturday. I don't have to go tomorrow. Oh, boo. I don't get to go get beat up in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, get one of the challenges. Do 24 bars or something, but make it 888. Be strict with your form. You know, like really, really think about that. And give me Farkle Friday ideas. Here's what I've got so far that I want to do in the next couple of months or so. In EIS one, that's going to be kind of prepped. A Goldsmith one, deep dive. TV scores, fantasy music, but like the fantasy music I like, so like Secret of Nim and Dark Crystal and Legend and stuff like that. An Austin Wintry one, that's an interesting one. Because I went to school with him, actually. I can tell stories about him. Actually, he's Oh, of course, Peter. You got your baby daughter. Composing JRPG music, composing anime music. That's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be several of them because I'm gonna be he's the JRPG music one's gonna be several things because I'm gonna be kind of building that to create my own vocabulary. Anvil says do an Austin Wintry one. He's really cool about people sharing, analyzing his music and such. Well, yeah, he's known me. We went to school together, so he won't be mad if I share his music. He'll be like, Mike, you know, he was an undergrad at NYU when I was a graduate student, so that's that. And I will tell you one funny observation, and this sounds like I'm busting on Austin, but it's not. He was a good orchestrator, and he was a good composer, and he is a good composer in an undergrad. And look, I wasn't great in graduate school. I was still figuring stuff out. But he was never known for writing great melodies. He had very much of a Goldsmith thing where he wasn't a great melody writer. He just had really good harmonic ideas, and he could really understand the screen mapping and mapping to beats. And then like one of his first scores he gets known for has some stupendous melodies, which is Journey. And I thought that was just so funny. I was like, you were not known for that, and yet you pulled out some killer melodies. The Nascent's melody is a really good melody, and I was like, that is not your wheelhouse. Like, you are not a melody writer. But he when push came to shove, he was able to pull out something really good. I go for a Farkle Friday looking at game and film score modulations or variations. Oh my God, that's like 10 classes or 10 Farkle Fridays. Plus I also have to at some point start writing my shit. And like, you know, some of the Farkle Fridays later on will be like works in progress, but I'm not going to start them on Farkle Friday. I'm going to start them through the week and be like, all right, here I am, 32 bars in, I'm polishing and all that stuff. But game and film score modulations, yeah, we can do that. We could definitely do that. Yeah. It's funny nowadays in film scores, their modulations really don't happen that much. You just brute force move. It's just like, it's like just we're over here. Yeah. Oh wow, rejected scores. We could do the rejected score for Legend because that was technically rejected. We could do the rejected score for Air Force One. We could do the rejected score for Troy by Gabriel Yared. That'd be kind of fun, actually. I've never heard the Rated Newman's cry. I'm sure it's amazing, actually. Oh, yeah, Farkle Friday in the kitchen, live diner cooking. Yeah. You know, Michael Bowe keeps on telling me I need to do more vlogs. Vlogs. I'm showing my age, whatever. He's like, just video yourself more. I'm like, all right, fine. Actually, we need to do a Farkle Friday where it's like me doing a 5-minute jujitsu thing where you just watch me get the shit kicked out of me by like somebody. How funny would that be to be like, Farkle Friday, 3 o'clock hits, and I'm like over at Milwaukee, and I'm like, today on Farkle Friday, 5 minutes of me, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and like my buddy holds it, and you just watch me get my ass kicked by everybody. That would be actually really funny. I think it'd be a lot of fun. You guys would get a kick out of that. And then I come back and be like, right, in an hour, I'm gonna come back, and I'll come back all bruised and all fucked up. I can't beat any blue belts, and I'm a blue belt. I'm like, I literally am the worst blue belt out of all the blue belts. That's like... All right, listen, I'm gonna go because my girls are downstairs and the second batch of snow is falling. So now we're getting our big ones. We had about 2 inches this morning. It's light and fluffy. I went out and shoveled it with Catherine, and just to kind of like get it ready. But now we're getting like the 4 to 7 inches. So now it's gonna get good. Hopefully the dogs will be. Maybe if you want, I'll video the dogs and put it up to YouTube because you guys will all want to watch that. Anyways, this was a bit of a together kind of thing. And I hope you guys and girls had fun and just relaxed. Just I like what James said. Like this might be one of those ones where it's like, I'm doing some work in the kitchen and I'm just gonna like put on Farkle and we'll hear him like riff about this and hear some good music. But man, the indie video game scene is real healthy right now, and there's lots of real good stuff coming out, man. Ori and the Blind Forest, Hades, Spiritfarer, Hollow Knight, Child of Light. Man, just get a chance, get into that stuff. You know, it's just good stuff, and they're good people, good composers. Everybody's gone to the Rapture is another good one. There's one that my buddy Mike Zergs did the VO for, not Madagascar. It's called Mask or something, or Masquerade, or Masquerada. All good stuff. It's all doing with that. Everybody, go have a good weekend. Thanks for giving me a couple hours of your time. I hope I was able to entertain you and / teach and have some fun. And by the way, if there's one thing you should play with this week, the minor 1, flat 6, flat 7, minor 1. It's like it's showing up everywhere right now. It's like just play with it and have some fun. And keep on sending in the comments. Keep on posting Farkle Friday links. Not links. Recommendations for Farkle Friday. It's like feed me so I can actually like organize some stuff. Although I've got like 5 or 6 good stuff. Send me more stuff because it's good. It's kind of fun. I love doing this. Yeah, good job, Lazar. Well done. Way to put yourself out there, sir. Good job. Now mock that. Now clean up that thing with those suggestions I made, and then make it for piano and strings. All right, everybody, have a great night. God bless. Stay safe, and I will see you next week for another Farkle Friday.